Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're calling from. We have Fabio here from Push Protocol, who's going to be doing a workshop on how to power your FVM app using Push Protocol. If you have any questions, they can go into the Zoom chat, and Fabio will be more than happy to answer them. And with that being said, I will pass the mic off to Fabio.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. So my name is Fabio. I work at Push. I'm working on the backend team. And so today we're going to be talking about what is very technical workshop. So first off, we're going to be talking about what is Push. And I think most importantly, what problem Push is solving. And in the end, we're going to be doing some workshop, a code demo to show different ways of how you can integrate Push protocol into your that with your backend, your smart contract, or subgraphs. So first of all, something that we always say is that everything starts with a notification, right? And Push was a project from ETH Global back in 2020. And almost 3 years later, we're happy to be now sponsoring the hackathons, something that we came from. And it's very nice. And looking back to see how much has happened in those 3 years. So I think the most important question is, so there are a lot of missing pieces in Web3, and I think one of the missing pieces that we're currently having is improving user experience. And let's just give you an example. So more specifically, an example about notifications. So for example, everything that we do in our digital life, everything starts with a notification. What do I mean by this? It's not like I'm constantly on Gmail refreshing to see if I have a new email, right? So how do I know I have a new email? Well, I just receive a notification, and from the notifications, I can see that I received an email, or when someone sends a message on Telegram, I receive a notification, and then from the notification, I do some action like into the Telegram, and I can see that someone has messaged me. So in Web2, that's how we go by our lives. We receive a notification, and then based on the notification, we can take some action. If we think about it, in Web3, we still don't have the same user experience that we had in Web2. So for example, protocols, they expect users to come back to the protocol and fetch the information themselves. So for example, how do we know today there is a new governance proposal for your favorite DAO? Well, you have to be very active on Discord or Twitter to keep keeping yourself updated if there's any new proposal for you to vote. Or for example, how do you know if you're about to get liquidated in a DeFi protocol? Well, you as a user, as a liquidity provider, have to constantly keep checking your collateral ratio to see if you're gonna get liquidated. It would be much easier from the user perspective to receive a notification whenever an event that interests me, instead of me going to the protocol and fetching the information myself. And this is exactly what push protocols do. So we're bringing the Web2 user experience into Web3. And the applications for this are pretty endless. So as I said, for governance, you can receive notifications whenever there is a new governance proposal. For DeFi, whenever you're about to get liquidated, you can get a notification. You can get a notification whenever someone outbids you on an NFT marketplace. Or for example, if you follow an NFT artist, it would be super nice to get notified whenever this artist publishes a new collection. And I think the beauty of the notifications powered by push protocol is that they are completely customizable. So if you have a use case in mind for notifications, how to add the notifications for a protocol, it's completely flexible. I'm going to show you how to do this later, but there are different ways of how you can do this. So what is the solution that push protocol is building? So it's a decentralized communication protocol. It's an open communication layer. So that means is anyone can simply tap into the network and fetch the notifications to themselves. And I think it's very important to note that the notifications, they are tied to wallet addresses. In Web3, your identity is your wallet address. So we're sending notifications to your wallet address. And since it's an open network, anyone can simply tap into the network and say, hey, give me all the notifications that I have for this wallet here. The notifications, they are completely dynamic. That means that What's going to trigger the notification, how the notification looks like, it's all customizable by you. You have 100% control of the look and feels of the notification. And the notifications, it's multi-chain. So we started on Ethereum, but now we are in multiple EVM chains. It's gasless. That means that for sending notification, want to send notification off chain, it's completely gasless. All you have to do is just to sign a transaction. And it's platform agnostic delivery. For me, that's the beauty of this. It's because any front end can display the notifications. So you don't need to install a push protocol browser extension or a mobile app to display the notifications. We have a set of React components that you can import into your tab to display the notifications right there. So users don't need to know that they have received a notification for push protocol. They just receive the notifications, right? So because that's how we deal in Web 2. We just receive the notification. We don't care how the notification is delivered. I just want to get notified about things that I care. And that's what we are doing. So in push, we have sent over 18 million notifications. We have over 60,000 subscribers. Subscribers are wallets that opt in to receive the notifications. And we have over 100 integrations. That means over 100 different use cases for notifications. And I think it's most of notifications by itself, they are only useful if you see value in them. Nobody wants to get notifications from things they do not care. So notifications should have different use cases, things that I care, that you as a user are interested in. So we have different use cases for a notification. This is just one handful of notification types of notifications that we have. We call them friends of push. So we have different use cases for notification, for example, for Uniswap, pull together, Qdao, or Gitcoin cryptocurrency jobs. And I can give another example of notification. Imagine for cryptocurrency jobs, whenever there is a new job post, you can get notified on your wallet address that there's a new post for you, for example. For the Defiance, let's say whenever there's a new post, you can get notified on your wallets whenever there's a new post for you to read. So push, we started back in 2020. We were previously EPNS, Ethereum Push Notification Service, and now we have rebranded to Push. And we started with notifications back in 2020. Almost 3 years later, we're now happy to announce that we took the notifications one step further, and now we announce something called Push Chat. So it's a Web3 messaging platform provided by Push that every notification sent on the protocol, they have a long chain notification. So if I send a message from my wallet to our wallet, you will receive a notification there. And the idea is we're taking all the Web3 experience that we have, for example, for WhatsApp or Telegram, and then bringing this to Web3. So the experience for sending messages and receiving messages or receiving notifications on your messaging platform will be the same as you do on those Web2 platforms that we're used to. So this here on the left is how the dApp looks like. So it's just a classic messaging platform. And we added here, that's how the notifications look like on your phone. And here on the right, we did a demo on DEF CON. This is a demo that we did for push video. So we added on top of wallet messaging, video calls as well. So you can not only receive notifications, but you can also receive video calls on the push protocol. So we have, the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2023 is going to be a super exciting year for push protocol. Tons of new features are coming. So we have the SDK. So to integrate push protocol, we're going to go over the SDK. Different ways how to integrate push in our SDK. We have mobile notifications. We also have an SDK for this. We're currently working on group chats. And very soon we're going to announce the SDK for group chats. Privacy chat as well, where all the information, all the metadata for the chat is going to be encrypted, and so on and so forth. And here the right is just a prototype of how the mobile app for the chat looked a couple months ago, but now that's completely changed. Yeah, so let's start with the demo. So first off, I just want to show you guys how the dApps look like. And I'm just logging here to MetaMask. So yeah, and only let me switch to mainnets and then login. Cool. So the apps for Push Protocol is app.push.org. So on Push Protocol, we have a concept of channels, right? So, and the analogy is the same as a YouTube channel. We have different channels here, and you as an end user can opt in to receive notifications from those channels here. So for example, we have MakerDAO, Lens Protocol. Let's say, for example, I am interested in receiving notifications from KeyDAO. Let's say, hey, I want to get notified whenever there is a new, whenever KeyDAO sends a notification, I'm interested in receiving those notifications. Me as an end user, all I have to do is click into opt-in. All I have to do is just sign a message. And then boom. Now, whenever there is a notification by KeyDAO protocol, I'll get notified. So for the end user, they don't pay to receive the notifications. And for the sender of the notification, when if you send off-chain notifications, then you don't pay. You only pay to send on-chain notifications. So now let's take a look. I've opted in to receive a notification, right? So in this example, I just opted in to receive notifications from KeyDAO. Now let's look into the other side. Let's see how we can send the notifications. So once I have opted in to receive notifications, let's start sending notifications. So to send a notification, all I have to do is first to create a channel. So I have a channel that I had previously created here. But what I can do, I can just create a brand new wallet here. Just show you guys how does it look to create a channel. It's right here and just connect. Cool. So this is the UI to create a channel. All you have to do is to stake 50 Push, and then you need to pay the transaction fees for this. But if you go to staging.push.org, that's our testnet URL. So you can create any channels here for free. No, it's fake push. It's fake push and fake value. So all I have to do to create a channel is just the channel name. You set the network. You add a channel description. And then you add here the URL from your channel. Once you do this, just upload the node, and then you have a channel created. I had previously created a channel here. Once you create a channel, this is how it looks like. This is how the UI looks like. And I have a channel here. Now let's send the notification. Let's show you guys how it looks like. So if I come back here, so I have here on the right, what I'm going to do is here on the right, I'm going to opt in to receive notifications from this channel here on the left. And then I'm going to show you how you can see the notifications. So I go to staging.push.org, click on the channels. So how does it my channel is called? My channel is called demo channel. Let's go back here, demo channel. Let's look for my channel. And I already opted into my channel. So whenever this channel sends a notification, I will receive it. So now let's receive the notification. I click here on send notification. So there are three types of notification. There is broadcast, targeted, and subset. A broadcast notification, that means, hey, notify all the subscribers of my channel. A targeted notification is, hey, notify that address. And the third one is subset, which is notify this array of addresses. In this case, let's send a broadcast notification to notify all the subscribers of my channel. The notification can have a title. Call it Hello World. Hi, and this is going to be the payment of the notification. Here below, we see how the notification looks like. Now let's click on send notification. But I'm back. Yeah, the mask opens. All I have to do is sign a message. and the notification has been sent. So if I go to the other browser, in my inbox here, and I see the notification that I just sent, it's here. Not only this, we have a mobile app, so you're going to receive a push notification on your phone whenever there is a new notification. You're going to receive, we have a browser extension here as well, so you're going to see notifications here. Hello world. And you don't need, as I said before, you don't need to rely on push front ends to display the notification. You can display those notifications on your own tab as well. All you have to do is just import the React components that we have. So we have sent notifications manually. Now let's see how to send notifications using the SDK. It's a JavaScript SDK. Let me show you guys what it looks like. All this code here is in our repo. It's in our docs actually. I just took this from the docs. And where is the docs? So if you go to docs.push.org, we click on developer docs. And these are the docs. So if you want to send the notification, here we have a section called send notifications. And here we have different demos, or different ways how we can send notifications. Let's send notifications using the SDK. So we click here, sending notifications using push SDK. And all I did, I just copy and paste the code from here. And I have it here. So all this code is doing here is that I'm zoom on this. So all it's doing is to send a notification using the SDK. We just need three information. First of all, is the private key from the channel you're sending a notification from. And the private key is going to be the private key from the wallet you create the channel. So in this example here, from my channel here called demo channel, the private key is going to be the private key from this wallet here. So just export the private key. I added this environment variable, and I just prepare it with 0x. Then I just using Ether, just get the signer. And now we just need actually one more information, but in this case, I have two here. I have the channel address. And the channel address is going to be this address here. Now just copy and paste here. And as you can see, the address has EAP155:5:. So we're just adding here. We call this Skype 10 format. We're just saying that this address is on Gen 85, which is early. So we just paste here address. And then in this case, with this example, we're sending a targeted notification, which means, hey, notify only these sections here. And this address here should be this one, which is, let me just copy this. Yeah, I connect it. We're just going to copy this address here. And we opt into that channel again. Download. Opt-in. Cool. So I'm just going to copy this address here. And that should be it. The rest, all of these are just copied from the docs. So if I come here and I just run this code, so I sent a notification. So if I come back here, click on the inbox, and I see this notification with a bunch of X, that's the what I added here. And that's it. So if I come here to the browser extension, all I can do is just log in my account here. And I received a notification here. Or you receive a notification on your mobile app or whatever you want to see. If you see the notification. I see a couple questions here. How does push protocol work under the hood to get messages from an address? Can you talk about the underlying mechanism a bit? Of course. So ultimately how push protocol work under the hood we have something called push nodes. It's a network of, we call them communication nodes, and all they do is to index communication. So whenever you send a notification, for example, using the SDK, all you're doing is talking to the push network, and then the push network is going to index the notification. And then we have a node called delivery node, and this node is responsible for dispatching the notification. So all the indexing and inspecting the notification is done by this push network. And as of now, it's a decentralized network. And as of now, it's a network that is run by push protocol. And we're in the work of decentralizing this. And the end goal is for the community to be able to run this network and actually get incentivized by running it, for contributing to the decentralization of the network. But the key part of here is the push node. Does it mean video calls or video message? Henry asked this question, and yes, correct. So the demo that we did in Bogota for push video is exactly this. So on the dApp itself, if you come here, on the push dApp, we have a section here called chat. Just click here, just log here. This is how push chat looks like, right? And the demo that we did on Bogota was, there was a video button here. I just click here and I just video chat to the other address. So the other address will receive a notification, exactly how we do in Web2. We receive a notification saying, hey, this address is calling you. And you just accept, and then you start the video call. I'm just doing some argument. I see a third question here. I created a channel using the wrong website. Can I update the channel with localhost address? Totally. Edward asked this question if he can update a channel setting. Yes, now you can. Before you couldn't, but now you can. So let's move on with the demo. So we send notifications using the SDK. I want to show you guys something very, very nice that me personally like a lot, which is how to display the notifications on your dApp. Let me show you. So I have created a code here, ABPM start. So this is how to display the notifications on your own dApp, right? So here, so let me show you where this code is from. So the code to display the notifications I just got from docs as well. So if you go to docs.push.org, you go to receiving notifications, or integration as integrating notifications. So all the codes that I showed there is here on the docs. Integrating front end, batch user channel frames. So all this code is doing here, show you the end result. We have a React component that displays the notification exactly like this. So these were some demo that I was doing. You can see notifications can have YouTube videos. They're pretty direct. So we can import these in your own dApp, display notification there. So you don't need to tell your users to go to push protocol to receive notifications. And the code to do this is pretty straightforward. It's just that's notification, yes. So all it does is we have a React component called notification item, and these notification items responsible for rendering the notifications like this, as we can see here. And this is getting called launching. We're calling this attention. Yeah, and this is called by that mirror. What the current channel that's yours. Yeah, and that notification components here is being called here on the app.js. And all it's doing is we're using the REST API SDK to get the notifications. And I can show you. Yeah, we're just using the push SDK get feeds function to get the notifications, and then we pass the notifications. We get the array of notifications, and then we pass the array of notifications to the React component that we have. So it's pretty straightforward to display the notification level of that. But please, if you have any questions, just ask. You can ask us on Discord. Me personally, I will be on Discord to answer more of the questions, and we'll have a lot of team members there as well to help to assist you in the questions that you have. There are other ways to send notifications, but I'll just briefly touch upon them. First of all, you can send on-chain notifications as well. And what does it mean? For example, let's say that you have a smart contract, and from the smart contract itself, you want to notify another wallet that something happened on your smart contract. You can do this. You go to docs.push.org, click on sending notifications using smart contracts. And here, all you have to do is to do a function call to the push protocol smart contract, and all the rest taken care of. We take the event, we transform the event into a notification, and then we inspect the notification. We also have another way to send notification, which is by using subgraphs. So if you have subgraph, if you already have an existing subgraph, you don't have to change anything to start sending notifications from the subgraph itself. We have a helper function that you can import, and from the helper function itself that we provide, we take care of getting the events and inspecting the notifications for you. I see a couple more questions here. Is push protocol available on FVM? Yes. So we're on FVM as of now. So I think we're gonna be deploying this to our main that by tomorrow. So I would say probably by tomorrow morning, BTC. We can already start sending notifications from FVM, whether they're on-chain, off-chain, manual, using the SDK. The push protocol has been developed from the ground up to be EVM compatible, and future we're going to be on other EVM chains as well, non-EVM chains as well. But yes, by tomorrow we can send notifications from FVM. And a similar question here. Using push SDK, can we make push group chats ourselves? Basically, instead of using just chat components, if you use the SDK, is it able to make a push group chat? That's a good question. You can. So basically, you can replicate the group in a sense that, for example, I send a message to a group and we have 3 members. I can send the same message to all the other members. So you can manually create a group. What I have to do is just iterate over the people want to send a message and send to them. Yes, they'll do Soham or ask this question. The answering yes would be possible to do. All you have to do is to group over the people who want to send a message and then send a message, and they're going to get notification whenever they receive a message. But what I can say is we're almost done with the group chats implementation on SDK. So what I can say is in a couple of weeks, we're going to launch this. So you can just use the chat React component, and we're going to be doing on your behalf. So we just care on your logic. But if you want to do me this hackathon days, please go ahead. Get the link to this. I hope I answered your question. Another question here. During its India hackathon conducted recently, my group had used push protocols and you guys had provided as an API key. Will the API key also work now? Oh, that's an amazing question. Yes. It's still gonna be, you can use the same API key. No problem. If you need any another, just ping us on Discord. One question for Bulahi Ahmed. Does this work with smart contract address as well, or only with ELAs? Since we do not have interface to smart contract like we do for ELAs. Literally, you can send notifications from smart contracts as well. No issue at all. If you just want to see how it looks like, go to docs.push.org, send notifications using smart contract, and then you can, all I have to do is to call this function on our contract, And we have a sample code here that we just copy and paste. That is how the notification page looks like. But you can trigger a notification on check. And we ask the question, is it available in hyperspace? Currently, no. Not currently. Another question from Sohab. Can you give us some insights on how those push chat to a gasless transaction? So that whenever I send a chat message, they're not stored on chain. So they're gasless because the chat messages, they're stored on a BFS, network. So there's no cost to send chat messages. So each chat message or notifications, they're not stored on chain, they're stored on the push network or IPFS. It's flexible. So for this reason, you don't pay per message. That's why we don't have to pay anything. We can do it completely gasless. Yeah, I think that was all the questions. If I had any other questions, just hop on Discord. From my side, I think that's it. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks, Fabio, for doing this awesome workshop for the Spaceport hackers. This will be a great resource as people do their hacks and for the future. And thanks so much for the rest of you for tuning in. We do have another workshop in a couple hours, so hope to see you there. And with that being said, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day.